The next part of our program is our Soul Award. Earlier this year, as our board was looking at how we end up recognizing our leadership, we decided to create an award called the Soul Award, SOL Award. If you notice our logo, it has the sun on there. And so we decided to call the Soul Award, which stands for Soul of Leadership, S-O-U-L, of leadership. And this award pays homage to a Latino leader who has demonstrated courageous leadership, embodies high standards of integrity, and has been deeply committed to the advancement of Latinos. And to present this award today is Patricia Barella Rivera and myself, who are going to go ahead and present this award to Irene Ibarra. I'm going to have Patricia go first, and then I'll say some words after that.
Thank you, Carlos. Buenas tardes. Y me da es un honor para mí estar aquí esta tarde con ustedes. I'm truly honored to be able to share with you the amazing career and community accomplishments of one of my dearest and loving friends, Irene Ibarra, who I've known for approximately 34 years. And a lot of you in the audience, I probably have known Irene a lot longer. Irene received a BA in education, 2 masters, one in social work and one in public administration from the University of Denver. She also holds a law degree from the University of Washington and also attended Harvard University, the Kennedy School of Government for Senior Executives. Her career in the public and private sector are just as amazing as her educational accomplishments. Irene has more than 25 years as a chief executive, public policy leader, and health advocate. In talking to Irene, she's so very devoted from her heart to improve the health of low-income children and families, especially for our Latino and Latina communities. In 1987, Mayor Federico Peña appointed her to be the deputy manager of the Denver Department of Social Services. In 1991, Governor Roy Romer appointed her to be the executive director for the Colorado Department of Social Services. And if I'm not mistaken, she was the first Latina to be appointed to a governor's cabinet in Colorado. In 1995, Irene and her beloved husband, Armando, moved to Seattle, where she received her law degree and practiced corporate and business law at Martin Peterson Law Firm. In 1996, she became the chief executive officer for the Alameda Alliance for Health and also became the director for the Los Angeles Health Action Organization. In 2003, she became the executive vice president for the California Endowment, which was the statewide health foundation in California, where she oversaw a $1.4 billion budget. She returned to Denver and became the president and CEO of the Colorado Trust in 2007, which is one of the most prestigious and largest health foundations in Colorado, which focuses on achieving access to health for all Coloradoans. Irene has served on approximately 50+ boards for the community. I can recall when she worked for the Governor's Office of Labor and Employment, and a lot of you know Sister Alicia Cuaron, and I went to Irene and asked her if she would support the first Colorado Training and Education Conference for Latinas, which was entitled Adelante Mujer Hispana, and a lot of you in the room will remember that. And she did not hesitate at all to help us. It was the first and only seed money we received back in 1980, and it was not very much money. The conference was successful, but what I want to say, it was not very much money at that time. But again, the conference was successful. We had, for the first time in this state. We had 1,000 Hispanic women attend that conference. This conference became the first national model for other Hispanic women's conferences held across the country. So thank you, Irene. You were a true visionary back in the 1980s. God bless you. That was wonderful for you to help us. Irene is one of those very, very special individuals in our lives that has always been an influential servant leader for the community. And I just want to share with you, if you look on this poster right here, Irene truly depicts that mission. It says, leadership, visionary, inspirational, and collaborative. And she depicts all of those attributes. It has not ever been her agenda, but about her. It's not ever been about her. It's been about bettering the quality of life for the voiceless and the helpless. Her sincere passion and heartfelt caring for people has been her #1 priority her entire professional career. She's never wanted credit for her accomplishments, nor wanted to be in the limelight. She just wanted to do the job. That is why she's so very deserving of the Soul Award. She's not only a wonderful role model, mentor, community champion, and hero, but one of the most intelligent, classiest, kindest, caring individuals I've had the pleasure of knowing in my life. We have laughed, we have cried. Bear with me. We've danced, we've sang, we've cooked together, Irene, because she's a gourmet cook. She's taught me a lot, and I've just enjoyed being her great friend, as many of you in this room feel the same way I do. Our community has been very blessed to have her in Colorado, because she's truly made a significant difference in the lives of so many families and individuals. Irene, you're loved and respected by our Hispanic community. I love you, and sincere congratulations, mi querida amiga. Thank you.
Earlier today, I was talking about sharing your stories and how important it is to share your story, because sometimes you have no idea who you will impact, and an impact that sometimes will last a lifetime. Irene was one of those persons for me. I met Irene 12 years ago in Fresno, California. She was at the California Endowment, and I was working for the James Irvine Foundation. And the James Irvine Foundation wanted to open an office in the Central Valley. And instead of creating a whole administrative infrastructure for that, we rented space from the California Endowment. And quite often, Irene would come into town, and you knew when Irene was coming into town, okay? But she came in with such grace, with such integrity, and with such vision of what she wanted to have accomplished in the Central Valley, that I used to just love when she would come in, because I would always learn something from her. I know that our staff would go crazy because it's like, she's coming in and we gotta do this, we gotta do that. But I wasn't part of the staff. I just got to sit back and observe her work, her magic as a leader. And that has stuck to me since then. I would never, ever would have dreamt that I would be up here presenting an award to Irene. Never, ever would have thought about that. Because when I think we came to Denver about the same time. And never would I have thought that I would see her again. And not only just see her again, but she has become my mentor. I'm starting to meet regularly with Irene and tap into that brilliant mind of hers and helping me to figure out how to strategize to move this foundation forward. I owe a lot to her because she gave me something that I needed. She gave me confidence. She gave me hope. She gave me that grace of how to go ahead and interact with people. Because there's one thing about Irene, she loves to make sure that everybody is at the table and that everybody is participating. She doesn't exclude anyone out. When I was talking to her, I said, so what were some of your great accomplishments? She said it was when I was at the Alameda Healthcare Alliance. She goes, we started providing healthcare insurance for low-income families. And she goes, I was so moved and so touched when we would have a Latino family come in and say, here's my $10 for my health insurance. And this was years ago before we had the Affordable Care Act. She was making it possible to make sure that people had access. And to her, that meant so much to her. I'm also pleased to know that today, Irene is accompanied by her mother and her sisters and her brothers who have traveled here from out of state to see Irene receive this award. Irene was also one of the founders of the Latino Community Foundation, along with her husband Armando. They have been wonderful folks to be connected to. They're just such beautiful people. And I just can't, when we were talking back at the office about who should get this award, I mentioned Irene right away, and everybody said it couldn't go to a much better deserving person. The one thing also that she says this a lot, and I don't think she probably even recognizes she says this a lot, but every time I meet her, she says the following: Carlos, we have a responsibility to make it happen. That's Irene. And that's how I will always remember Irene, as Carlos, make it happen. Irene, you present the Soul, S-O-U-L, of the Soul Award. You are my mentor, you are a friend, and with that, if you'd come up and receive the award.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. My goodness, I didn't know who he was talking about there for a while. They are two wonderful, wonderful people, and to see the accomplishments of Carlos thus far really do, as he says, make my heart feel good about doing something that really matters. And of course, my good, good friend Patricia. She'll do anything to tear through to get someone to do something for her and everybody else. And that's the kind of person you want. You want someone who's going to do the right thing and do it well and respected. And I really, really appreciate you. Well, today I do share the very joys of my family. It was joyful that they're here. When you're working as a CEO, or you're going to school and working, the families don't get together as much. But my family all showed up. And so thank you. I love you, everyone. And thanks for making it here. The founders of Latino Community Foundation believed in the mission, and they believed strongly and heartily that they decided to fund a program. I should say we. Along with Sheila and all the resources from the Rose Community Foundation and many others in this state, they worked tirelessly to create the foundation as we all know it today. I want to make sure and thank the Rhodes Community Foundation because they were and did make it possible for something big to happen. But now we have something big that will take it over beyond one step and across many, many steps to make sure that the foundation stays strong, provides the kind of support to community foundations that we need, and is there to further and further and further the very first wishes of the foundation and those that were involved. So looking forward to it. I want to also thank the grantees that are here today because you were the ones that first dared to try. How did you know we'd have the money? Don't tell me it didn't come up in your minds, because it does. And you did such a wonderful job. You embraced everything that we wanted in that first, second, or third grantee funding. And it's not easy to do that. So congratulations. Thank you for the current grantees, and we're looking forward to more. And all the people that donated to the fund. You know, you take your hard-earned dollars, you match it with your heart, as was being said by our prior speakers, and you put them together and you try to do something that makes a difference. And that is what we have today because of the people that have worked on it. And some have donated funds, but some have donated and done the work. So I thank you for if you are in any of those pockets. And for those of you that are not, I invite you to see what it's all about, to feel the feeling of accomplishment, and to feel like working with others is really a better way. Personally, I am also so grateful for the love and support that I see every day happen in these programs, especially in the programs where we are doing things that are very challenging, as you heard from the earlier speakers. It's not easy to match small funds with big wishes. It's not easy to combine a very, very goal-oriented program, but you want to put your heart in it too. And so for those of you that want to continue to do that, that are placed to do that, I would say, come on in, try it. I bet you can do it. So thank you so much for this beautiful award. I want to call out my very special, special person. Everybody knows Armando. And from my heart and my soul, thank you to everyone today, and I hope to see more and more of you. Thank you.